everybody, my name is Sidra, and welcome back to West of Loathing, where we're still trying to help this little lady here in the corner, but she won't let us. So now we're trying to go back to the library and see if I can look something up in the dictionary or something else, because I'm pretty sure it's connected to this. She still told us so many dates. I don't know which year she said. What are we gonna put in? Execution. Trial. Maybe guilty, because that's the name of her client. Okay, maybe here. We have more than this one. No idea where to start. Turn it on, maybe we need to see more. Wait. Row upon row of identical books. Oh no, it's just the same. I thought there was something interesting there. Okay, current situation. Since you put the ghost to rest, it kind of feels like we ought to speak double quietly out of respect, like. You mean like this? Newspaper. The info guide doesn't have anything either. How many ghosts except this one lady we still haven't? One on the second, one on the third. Maybe we can ask her more questions. I don't think I asked everything yet. Okay. I think we already asked about him. Why did he invoke tribal combat? Okay, when was the execution? On the 29th. There must be something. Maybe I should go and find that third ghost first. On the third floor. Starting with the right side, which is the kids' room. I hope it's not that clown guy. Do I need to turn this off? Does it have to with all the lamps? What a nice kid. Okay. I think she's always in the rooms with us when there's a ghost, because she's supposed to be fighting. Yeah, that's what is the case. Did we find all the ghosts here? Looks like we did. Mr. Gunn. Is she in here? Do I need to best this a lot? No, she's not in here either. That is what... No, that's not. She's not here. Wait, she wasn't in here? But there was a ghost there before. There's a trapdoor in the ceiling over there. Too bad you aren't like 11 feet tall. Maybe she knows more. Is there another secret door? We're still working on it, ma'am. Okay, I need to solve the lawyer puzzle. Do you have any idea? She's only saying I should stay quiet. I don't know how that guy is called. Whoops. Lawyer. Maybe I need more light. Maybe it's one of these book rows. Maybe I need to find the right one because there's quite a lot of them. Wait, was this something? No, I'm just going insane. There must be something here, please. Maybe I have something in my inventory that I need to use. Let me see, what do I have? The almanac that I got. That may be something I really need to use, but I don't know for what. Maybe I need to look up 1878. Because that's the year. Why can I not? Oh, I cannot type numbers. Just letters. I'm completely out of ideas. And I think I have every option through with her. But I don't want to fight her. Wait. Nah, I thought this was gonna help us, but it's not. Mac ready. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. It really can't be. I must be too dumb. Mac ready. Not helping. And I'm not finding the last ghost either. What are you saying? Hey, they have library. Maybe I could improve your English some, Gary. Ha, okay. If you to Goblin Library going. Is my goblin not good talking? Your grammar is atrocious, hilarious. Well, geez. What do you think we should do next? That day you're saving it. No. Does this count as side quest? Painting of a cafe. Wait, the guy in the chair in room 1 was reading some sort of magazine. And I got something from here. No, I think I already read that, whatever it was. We still haven't thought a way through the hatch maze. I'm actually going to try around for a bit, and if I don't find the solution for over half an hour, then I'm going to look it up, because it drives me insane. Is that a fair trade? I hope this is fair. So, see you in just a second, hopefully. Wait, the trial is in July, not June anymore? Oh, she said a few weeks, didn't she? Oh no. That's what my mistake was, probably. Let me see. They really have a slow system there. That was when McReady was going to be executed. Let's see. Wow, wait a minute. According to this, there was a total eclipse of the sun that day, centered right over the Western Territories and with its totality at 2:47 p.m. What a hell of a thing. Wait. Does it say anything? Okay. So, lady, I found the evidence. I looked up the 29th in Almanac and get this, there was a total eclipse of the sun that day. Wow, now you're just messing with me. No, look for yourself. Totality 2:47 p.m. Well, that's quite a thing. But I don't see how that affects weight unless you're suggesting, right, it was a perfect opportunity for McReady to escape. That's absurd. Absurd like a fox. You said yourself McReady was really good at remembering dates. He could have read about the eclipse at any time and stored that knowledge away for future use. Like to give himself an advantage in a duel or something. Alright, that's reasonable as far as it goes, but McReady couldn't have worked the eclipse into an escape plan because he didn't have any say in the court's schedule. You said, with what one thing and another, the trial didn't start until July 25th. McReady could have caused any number of those delays himself, like faking illness in prison, messing with the horses in the ride of Frisco, or anything. This could explain the trial by combat. You mean there ended up being too much delay? So if a regular trial went on too long and he was found guilty, he'd have missed the eclipse. Exactly. Whereas if he called for a trial by combat, everything would be resolved one way or the other in only one more day. Maybe you'd win, that'd be fine, but if he could just use his escape plan. I have to admit, that's pretty compelling. But it's all maybes and what ifs, yeah. Maybe it happened, but maybe McReady was rescued by leprechauns. Man, are the leprechauns in Frisco? I need some kind of hard evidence before this is any more than just a fun story is what I mean. Alright, I'll be back. Now can I have some information? Please tell me there's more info now. Maybe here. Not there. You find a few bundles of old newspapers at the bottom of one shelf. The Frisco Newsinator. You start at the bottom of the second. Flip through them until you find the paper. The main feature has to do with the eclipse, various accidents, spectacles that occurred because most people weren't expecting it. Most notably, all three men scheduled to be hanged on the 29th escaped in the confusion, and only 2 of them were recaptured. Unfortunately, their names aren't given. Don't find anything else relevant to the case. However, as you're putting the papers back in order of the shelf, a headline from a more recent issue catches your eye. Husband of famous inventor missing. The article is light on information, but apparently Mrs. Gunn's husband Dan vanished on the road while traveling to Dirtwater on business about 6 years ago. Law enforcement suspected bandits, but no evidence was found. That's kind of grim. Okay. And now? Do I need to go and look there? Do I actually need to go and look there if he's still alive? Can I just leave the DLC like that? Apparently I can. Okay, where's Frisco? Must be somewhere, right? I haven't been out in quite some time, so I don't know where anything is. I actually don't know where Frisco is. Maybe dirt water will do? Ah, there it is. Off to Frisco we go. Leave everything be. We have important business to attend to. Okay. Frisco, here we go. Station. No final cutscene, we coming for you later. Howdy, welcome back. What can I get you? What can you tell me about Frisco? It's a fine town. Fellow named something interesting. That's not gonna help me. Bye, barman. That's not going to help, I see. Wasn't that Frisco, maybe? Pretty sure I remember Frisco, but... Oh, he was supposed to be hanged here. Of course he wouldn't hang around here. Okay, that is the next best pinch that I know is a bigger one. Maybe it wasn't dirt water. It doesn't pay in trading. Yeah, let me have a quick looky. Binoculars. Nah, I don't have enough for that. Otherwise I would have bought that. Off we go. Still dirt water. Maybe that's gonna help me. Do you know about anything, good sir? Huh. Also no. Wasn't there some sort of graveyard where you could look people up? Yeah, we're gonna kill you and settle up. But I don't know what that was. The Dave yard. It wasn't a Dave, I think. My that background noise. Military cemetery. Probably wasn't a military. Reboot Hill. Petting cemetery is probably not it. Unless he was somebody's little pitty pet. Let's try this one. If we don't find him there, then I'll take another skimp and see what I can do. Does this help with anything? Maybe I have to go through the big one. Through this arch. Clutch. Oh. I still haven't helped her, but I have no time for that anyway. That's the smithess. That's not gonna help us. That's not what we are looking for. Okay. That's not just smiths. Get the feeling he might not be buried in the graveyard like that. Maybe more like in a more like maybe he's in a cave or something. I don't know. Ah, so many plots to look at. No, not on this plot either. One more to go. That one guy. Ah, hello, dude. But I'm gonna leave you there. No time for you. I remember this. Good times. We slept all those necromancers from here. Okay, I did not find him. Okay, I'm gonna have another look around and hopefully I will be right back. I haven't talked about the newspaper with her yet. It said he escaped. One of them was never caught. Okay. Can I now search for him? Cause little did you know, but I looked around and I already found his grave, but it was not indactable, so I'm thinking something was up. Now maybe things are working out. Okay, she said ask around. Heard of Megaretti. Doesn't ring a bell. Ask post office. I'm gonna do that. I already know where to find him, but I asked them anyway. I'm trying to find the name Megaretti. Possibly might have passed through you about 17 years ago. We don't stamp passports here. I have a forwarding address. That's him. Desert House. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. There he was. Okay, here we go. Finding him again. His little grave. This time, hopefully, I can interact with it. There we go. Dig up. You dig until your shovel hits a wooden coffin and hold the lid open. A skeleton blinks at you. Well, it doesn't, but anyway. Howdy. Howdy, are you guilty, Megaretti? Well, now, ain't that a nickname? I mean, what year is it? 1895. 17 years. No. I tell a lie. There was that one time 8 years ago. The same Megaretti that escaped the gulls during the eclipse. Well now, since the statute of limitations is expired, it might as well fuzz up. Yeah, that was me. A real sweet plan, too. Apart from that one little hitch, it went off smooth as silk. Even worked in a little misdirection to lead the lot to the mother two fellas instead of me. Serves them right, too. They were real murderers, not like me. I never killed a man, except in a fair fight. Except for that one little hitch you mentioned? You miscalculated how long to delay the trial. So in order not to miss the eclipse, you called for trial by combat. Well, yeah, that's the truth of it. You blamed me for Mrs. Wainwright's death, I suppose. Why didn't you just trust her? She would have gotten you cleared innocent. She had a real good head on her shoulders, sure, but so did that prosecutor fella. I didn't rate the odds better than 50-50. Not good enough. And anyway, the trial by combat was part of her job. Should have been ready. That stings. She trusted you. She's a ghost now because she feels guilty about losing that trial. I've spent ages trying to convince her that you weren't innocent, and she backed you every step of the way, despite the fact that you got her killed. And you don't even care. Hell, you bite your tongue, Missy. You don't know me, don't care. I did what I felt I had to do to stay alive, but I felt damn guilty about what happened to Mrs. Wainwright. But I ain't taking all the blame for it, no ma'am. She tell you herself she should have been better prepared. Just like she told me that day, apologizing with her last breath. I gave up gunfighting for her. Gave up only thing I lived for. That's how guilty I felt about it. The gallop gunfighting went easy, but I did. Bought this house, bought this land, raised some chickens, a little vegetable garden. Place has gone to hell since I died. That's a shame. Anyway, I never fired my pistol again, not even at that damn fence post. That's not what it says on your grave. Well, read it again. What that fella that killed me having a little ironic joke, I reckon. Someone killed you? Yeah, only the second person tracked me down. First one was 9 years after the trial. Big, Tim Burry's brother hunted for revenge. What happened? He challenged me to a duel and told him I ain't doing that no more. He asked again, so I said no. And that hell whirled at me and took my pistol out of the closet and threw it at his feet so he could see how the cylinder was all rusted shut. And he cocked his gun and asked me one last time. I said no, and last thing I remember was a bang. Jeez. Kinda him to bury me though, cause he weren't all bad. Do you want to see the city again? I could take you to a ghost. Nah, I reckon I'll just go back to sleep. Ain't right, a dead fellow walking around. Just tell a story for me, okay? I give you my pocket watch, she'll recognize it. Bye, McReady. So long, miss. Well, that was the longest thing that ever happened. Can I finally go back? And then we're only missing one ghost. And we will be able to do that today. I'm sure we can. No interest in trading. I don't have the meat anyway. Give me a sack. I can't do this. There you go. Up we go. Second floor. Gallery. And poof you go poof. There. Are you ready for this? He wasn't executed. He's in his grave. Here is his watch. That's his watch, alright. Thank you. He said he gave it to you. Is he alive? Not exactly. He's a skeleton. What did he say? He confirmed our guesses. He knew about the eclipse in advance, stalled the trial for his escape plan, stalled it too long, decided to hedge his bet by calling for trial of combat. I see. He gave up gunfighting. He what? He bought a little house and raised chickens, never fired his pistol again. In fact, he left it to rest. 9 years later, Tim Sperry's brother caught up to him and challenged him to a revenge match. McGrady refused repeatedly, so the guy shot him. He said to tell you he was sorry. She looks at you silently for a moment, then looks at the watch. She winds the hands back for a minute and listens as it chimes again. Sighs and shakes her head, then smiles at you. Thank you. You make a fine attorney. And we got her badge. And with that, she disappears. Now I'm down to one ghost that I cannot bloody find. According to my instruments, there's only one ghost left on the premise, and that's on the 3rd floor of the manor. Yeah. Having a little trouble finding that. Right, I'm gonna have another look-see. Okay. Looks like they have a music room. Okay, is it in the music room? No, I think we already did that. Maybe the last one really is at her room. Maybe her husband, because he never returned. I do feel significantly less haunted. Did you get rid of all the ghosts? We sure did, ma'am. Actually, my scanner says there's still one. Yes, ma'am, all ghosts accounted for. Well, that's splendid. Come on, right in. Oh, she is the last ghost. I thought it was your husband. Hello, Mrs. Gunn. Studio, was it? Thank you much for getting rid of all the ghosts for me. About it. Turns out there's one left. Oh dear, well, you need to take care of it before I can pay you. I have bad news for you. Well, what's that? It's you. You're a ghost, ma'am. Well, I'll be. When did that happen, I wonder? My condolences. Why, thank you. Very kind. You know, it does explain some things. Like what? Well, I haven't had any appetite for months. Nearly a year, in fact. They keep sending food up from the kitchen in the dumbwaiter, but I've been just dropping it out the window and sending the empty plates back to the chef. Won't want her feelings hurt. There's also the fact that you're, well, translucent. Yes, I thought it was just cataracts. Mrs. Gendis prompts a question, you know. What's that? Why are you a ghost? Well, I'm sure I don't know. You're the expert. Perhaps you can tell me. Actually, that's me. I'm the expert. Do you have some kind of unfinished business? Something that's trying you to this place? Well, now that you mention it, yes, I suppose I do. Do you mind telling me about it? My entire family disappeared a few years ago. My husband and 3 daughters. Oh yeah, I heard about that. I'm sorry for your loss. The sheriff suspected they'd been kidnapped for ransom, but no one ever made demands. They just vanished. Never found out what happened. I always thought they were taken away by ghosts. Why would you think that? I always felt guilty about how many people have been killed by my inventions. The belt buckle? The gun. Oh, right. I used to worry that the ghost would come back to haunt me. When I built this house, I had an electrical anti-ghost field installed in the walls of this room, so they couldn't get in. No way, awesome. Wait, that doesn't affect you? Well, I'm sure it would if I attempted to walk through the wall, but it never occurred to me to try. Aha. After Dan and the girls disappeared, I became so sure that ghosts had gotten them that I locked myself in here. After donating the rest of the house to the Historical Society so that there'd be someone to look after the place. Now I felt rather silly about the whole thing. Silly, I mean, ghosts do exist, obviously. Well, yes, but now that I'm a ghost myself, I can sense the presence of other ghosts, and they only just arrived in this house yesterday or the day before. That was when I called for the exterminator. You know, I didn't even question how I knew they were here, but I don't think there have been any ghosts there before. Why did they all show up yesterday? I couldn't say, they all seemed very angry and confused, but since they couldn't get in here, they gave up and started wandering around the house. Gave up quite easily, actually. Maybe because you were already a ghost yourself. Okay, what are we going to do with you? What do you mean? You did contract me for 13 ghosts, ma'am. You're the 13th. Oh yes, obviously I could simply renegotiate the number with you, but perhaps you should go ahead and exorcise me or whatever you do? I would rather find a peaceful solution. Yeah, I'm not gonna start with the last ghost here, going around killing people. A peaceful solution, what do you mean? Well, we can also release you from your ghostitude by solving the problem that's keeping you here. In your case, I guess that means finding out what happened to your family. Well, I would be very grateful if you could. I assume they're dead, but to be honest, I think I've gotten used to the fact, but I surely would like to know what actually happened. Okay, the info guy might have info. Let's go back to the info guy. Go to first floor. Info, dude, where are you? He told us info about the family, right? Her family. She married, blah, blah, blah. Decided to take a last name. He vanished shortly after Rose was born. Nobody knows what happened to him, although it's generally assumed he was killed by bandits while he was on the road for gun industries business. And then all three of the ghosts went missing the year after. They went to summer camp and were just never heard from again. The ransom don't know anything. Mrs. Cannon was never the same after that. That doesn't really help me. Is that enough? Is that enough info for her? Gonna have another look at the library. But if the info guy doesn't know... I think it looks bland. But I really want to get this finished. What does it say here? Traveling to Dirtwater. They suspect bandits. I'm gonna talk to her about that. Breaking case of addict. Well, maybe I find my answers there. Where was the attic again? I think here. Is that the last guy for the souvenir shop? He looks kinda grim. Maybe he's been in here for too long. Hey! Who the heck are you? I'm Syria, but since you're not the guy who's apparently hiding out... but I'm not the guy who's apparently hiding out in Mrs. Gan's attic. I feel sort not to be the one answering me that question. Who I am? That's just freaking typical. I'm Chet Bullet, dammit. Am I supposed to have heard that name before? Yes, you damn well should have. Mrs. Gunn's invention could have been nothing without me. Well, let me guess. You invented the bullet. Well, for sure you were gonna say belt buckle again. Oh shoot, now I want to change my guess. Yeah, damn right, I invented the bullet. But it was her assistant, so did I get any credit? Hell no. Sounds like you've got an axe to grind. Excuse me. Box of science stuff. Looks like maybe it operates the large bells hanging above. Set dials. Ooh, maybe? Is it the only thing that's going in there? That was pretty spooky. Gave me pretty specific kind of chill. I think you could probably summon ghosts that way. Cause still a ghost in the house. Okay, we need to help the Mrs. Gunn first. I don't know. My elite motion acting up. How to do that though? Okay, I'll try a few things out and then I'll be right back. Huh? Somehow I get different dialogue now. It's too late to stop me anyway. Suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you. When Miss Gunn dies control of the company and patents passes to me, I'm no murderer, mind you. I like to keep my hands clean. But I figured there might be some other people who have a bone to pick on her. She summoned all the ghosts. That's right. All it took was some basic seance equipment. Fired up the house belfry for amplification, snapped for a mechanical genius like me. But seance gear summons ghosts related to the summoner. That's the whole point of a medium, a person who knows how to direct the summoning on someone else's behalf. So you get to talk to your own grandma instead of the summoners. You don't seem like the medium type to me. More like a small. But that doesn't explain something that I've been wondering about. It didn't make any sense for all the ghosts here to be haunting Mrs. Gunn because some of them weren't killed by guns, but they were all killed by bullets. Naturally, I anticipated that there'd be a couple of those. That's why I triggered this room with an anti-ghost field, which I cleverly boosted so that the ghosts couldn't even sense me up here. So your plan was to summon a bunch of angry ghosts who would initially be looking for you, but would haunt Mrs. Gunn instead when they couldn't find you. Correct. And once they haunted her to death, Gunn Industries will all be mine. Well, I hate to be the bearer of good news, but Mrs. Gunn is dead. On the bright side, she's been dead for a year, so you pretty much wasted your time. What? Really? I'm rich. I just need to get out of here without all those ghosts spotting me. Ghosts are gone too. Wonderful. The anti-ghost field is pretty effective, but it was starting to make the back part of my brain itch. You flip the switch on the electrical device, you suddenly become aware of the absence of extremely low frequency hum right on the edge of your hearing. There's something else I want to ask about. What happened to Mrs. Gunn's family? Oh, them. They've been out of the picture for years. I heard a rumor Dan got killed by desperados and buried in a shallow grave out of the backside of nowhere, but of course I wouldn't actually know anything about that, haha. Lucky for me, since I wouldn't have inherited company with him around, or the daughters. You son of a... Relax, the girls are fine. I'm not a monster. Pretty sure you are a monster. There's a little island kingdom somewhere on the other side of the ocean. Apparently it's stuck in some kind of bizarre temporal field that keeps nearly anyone from entering or leaving. Can't even find the place if I don't know how. Fortunately, I know a guy who knows how, so I gave the girls 3 free tickets to sleepaway camp. Wasn't that nice of me? You're an absurd bastard. Aw, that hurts my feelings. Fortunately, I'm about to have a whole lot of money to console myself with. Hold on, we should talk to Mrs. Gunn first, before we chew this ass in your hole. Huh? I thought you said she was dead. Well, she is dead, but she's a ghost, so let me ask her what she thinks about that. She might not be happy. She most definitely will not be happy. Okay, Mrs. Gunn. I got good news and bad news. Chap Bullet had your husband killed and your daughters kidnapped so that he'd be sole inheritor of your company when you died. Also, he's the reason all the ghosts were here. That son of a... I should have suspected something when he suddenly started being so interrogatively back then. When he wrote off Desperados on his expense account. I'd write him out of my will, but I suppose it's too late. That's rather galling. What's the good news? He says your daughters are safe. They're just on a magical island somewhere that nobody can get to. That's not exactly comforting, but at this point I'll take it. Plainly, if he wanted to kill them, he'd just have done so. Wait, you spoke to him personally? Yeah. He didn't know you were already dead, so he's been hiding in the attic for the last couple of days, waiting for the ghost to kill you. What do you want me to do with him? I'll leave that up to you. I'm not in a state to make any reasoned judgment. In any case, you answered my questions, so I can feel myself moving on already. Thank you for your help. I got Mrs. Gunn's blueprint. Let's see if that bell is working now, because I kind of want to get this over with. Excuse me, coming through. Wait here. I have a surprise. A buoy surprise. Come on, where is it? Boo! As an eerie sound of the bells fades away, ethereal outlines begin to appear around you and resolve one at a time into familiar spirits. Monsieur de Alares and the lady who was running the boo and breakfast and the librarian. You know, I really didn't get very many of the names. Maybe you should have been better about introducing yourself to people. Anyway, you're soon surrounded by a small crowd of ghosts, with Mrs. Gunn being the last to arrive. This is the bell tower in my house. What happened? Nice to see you again. What's up, counselor? Suppose you're all wondering why I summoned you here today. Yeah, I'd ask you that, yes? Well, I've come into some information that I think you all might be interested in. This won't take long, will it? I need to get back to the afterlife. What's the hurry? They've got all you can eat buffet with every kind of meat in nugget form. Oh my gosh. You can holster your pistol and slowly put it against your temple. Can't get there that way yet, dummy. Rats. You put the gun wait. Let me explain. Felicity, how did you feel when you got here originally? I mean, well, I remember being very angry and wanted revenge on my dad. But the feeling went away pretty quickly. I couldn't remember why it felt like that. I'm not the vengeful type. That doesn't even really make sense in your case. Yeah, exactly. I never bore any ill will towards the persecutor that shot me. Was it basically the same for the rest? Just like that? Yes. Myself, me too, thought so. Well, here's the deal. You were all summoned in for explicit purpose of taking revenge on Mrs. Gunn here. Attendees, I was not killed by the gun. I wasn't either. Yeah, some of you weren't. The summoning happened based on your connection to the summoners himself, Chad Bullet, the inventor of the bullet. But he was hiding with anti-ghost technology, assumed that enough of your deaths would be gun-related that you turn your attention to Mrs. Gunn instead. Well, that's just dirty pool, and you should know, considering I got shot for playing dirty pool. The thing is, they didn't know that Mrs. Gunn was already a ghost, so with nobody to take revenge on, it just all reverted to a regular state of mind. Well, I appreciate the info, but was it really necessary to call us back to tell us that? What I really wanted to tell you is that Chad Bullet has turned off his anti-ghost field. He's over there, on the other end of the attic. Now, if I'm not gonna make any noise about how he's ultimately responsible for all of your deaths, cause that would both be crazy and also belittle the actual circumstances of all your deaths, but... Chad Bullet murdered Mrs. Gunn's husband, kidnapped her daughters, and attempted to use you all to kill Mrs. Gunn herself. So if you're all interested in a little frontic justice, 13 is a pretty good number for a pussy. The ghosts all turn to look at each other and the eyes begin to glow red. The hunter is the first to leave the circle, closely followed by the poacher. Soon they're all left except Felicity, Wainwright, and Mrs. Gunn. Mrs. Gunn looks hesitant for a moment, then seems to make up her mind. She gives you a stern nod and follows the others. You turn away and soon hear a man screaming, but the sound quickly decreases in volume as though he were being pulled a great distance away, and then it's gone entirely. I figured you wouldn't be into it, Felicity. Yeah, despite everything, I still believe in the rule of law. Didn't see you trying to stop them, though. Nope. You certainly didn't. Well, I won't keep you any longer. Happy trials, Counselor. You too, Counselor. She fades away with a wink. All's well that ends well. Wow. Ah, don't go so loud on me. Well, that's it. You reckon that your careful reckon of the situation has brought some true reckoning to Gunmatter. Congratulations on getting the best inning. Feel free to wander around the grounds and enjoy the scenery. Maybe wrap up some loose ends. But otherwise, you're pretty much done here. And now, Gary and I... Oh, there are his ashes. Gary and I, go down. Gary, come with me. If I find the way down, we will go down. Gary and I are gonna enjoy our happy ending because we haven't watched that yet. Finally! Come on, my fellow. Off to the happy ending we go. And we'll leave the ghost hunter here because we don't need her. Come on, Gary, settle up. To Frisco we go. To end this. A little bit over the time. But it's worth it. Come on, Gary. We deserve that. But let me actually put something nice. I don't want to watch the credits in that. My medical gun. And this. How about that? And my pants. Now I'm dressed. I'm dressed for the final. The final cutscene. Okay, show me the final cutscene. Some folks say endings don't matter. But other folks, they like to know how things turn out, the consequences of their actions, like... Oh. I don't even remember what I did in the main game anymore. With the trains running again, Frisco thrived. People came from all over to seek their fortunes, but thanks to you, they didn't have to do it while on fire because some cow attacked a wagon. Should I just press a key? With the railroad complete and Norton ousted, Smee found himself out of a job, but in of an opportunity. After being elected mayor, he managed to grow and infrastructure the Frisco with compassion and pragmatism. In 1944, Frisco was named most reasonable city by the Tuesday Evening Post. Yeah, he's working hard. After he got settled in, Gary climbed to the top of the tallest building in Frisco and shot sports every which way. They say his descendants still roam the West to this day. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Gary takes over everything. Thanks to you, Gunmatter reopened and delighted tourists for centuries. The residential positive psychic energy created by the ghosts you helped leaked into the local water supply. In the decades to come, the businesses that sprang up near the manor were characterized by environmental friendly policies and charitable giving. Well, I remember that at least. Thanks to your assistant, Robot Bubbard got the photography book. Or should we say the photography owl? Anyway, he opened an art gallery so the citizens of Frisco would never again have to suffer from the inability to see pictures of owl skeletons wherever they wanted. Kurtz left the fortress and set up shop in Frisco. His fitness group skyrocketed in popularity. The growth was entirely due to word of mouth because the first rule of Kurtz Fits is that you cannot stop talking about Kurtz Fits. The musicians he sent to Darkwater formed a band called Wasco and the Pufferfish. They had a few hits, they mostly faded into obscurity though. You'd occasionally hear a Wasco in the radio ad years later. No thank you. You solved all of Brentwood's problems. With the increase in morale and civic resources, they were able to clear the weeds from the road and fix the well and the broken hitching post. There was even enough left over to give the mayor's office a new coat of paint, refresh the facade of the buttery biscuit, and add a secondary store to the bunkhouse. They even managed to get that horse into rehab. But I liked the drunk horse. He was nice. Olive Garden and Cactus Bill lived happily ever after. They even had a few young'uns. Well, isn't that true love when I see it? Chuck continued to run his blood and breakfast without incident, accident, scandal, or allegation for many years. Hopefully that was the right thing. With your help, Roy Bean's Jelly Bean Museum became the talk of the town. Well, first they had to build a town nearby, but once they did, ooh-wee. Oh, and how many people want to go in there now? You were remembered as a local hero of Dirtwater. Thanks to your efforts, it became twice the town it was before you got there. They even put a statue of you in the main street. It washed away the first time it rained because they made it out of salt, but still, it's the thought that counts, right? Yeah, all my drunkards. Like I remember Dirtwater. As for you, after your adventure you settled in Frisco and bought a very long, very narrow house. You filled it with souvenirs of your exploits and started an antique hat-rack collection. When you left home, you told Rufus you wanted to help people. Over the course of your adventure, you helped 46 people. Do the ghosts count there, actually? You went whistling Dixie when you declared your intentions. If you had been Catholic, you definitely would have sainted if you had asked. But you wouldn't have asked because you wouldn't have to be wouldn't want to be in trouble. I'm missing quite a few hats as I can see. Quite a few. This is too empty for my taste. But I only prefer one hat. My mask. Where's my square mask when I need it? Not here anyway. Where's my square mask? In 1906, all of the remaining cows in the west were simultaneously activated by some kind of signal from Al. The thundered east, forming a giant single-minded herd, led by the infernal sadist Duke Wolvicus. The cow army thundered east towards Dirtwater. I got the feeling I should have done something about that. Fortunately, a gang of rodeo clowns swept in the last minute and slaughtered the herd just before it reached Dirtwater. Unfortunately, all of the townsfolk of Dirtwater had a hard time sleeping for pretty much the rest of their lives. Seriously, it was a grisly night. 420 years later, deep beneath the ground, ancient machines suddenly stopped doing the thing they were built to do. It's probably fine. You and everybody you know are dead by then. And most of humanity has moved to space. Still, though, it's a shame about the planet. There were some cool bars there. I never did anything about that either. I'm sorry, Professor. Thank you for playing. Okay. There we have our credits rolling. Finally, I hope Gary's hopefully happy with his ending. He's gonna populate all of Frisco and rule to the end of his days. If that is no happy end, for him at least, then I don't know what is. Okay. So that was the end of West of Loathing. Took a little longer than I thought it would take still. But yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and maybe I'm gonna clean a few more side quests up if I feel like it, but for now, I'm gonna give this a little break. Maybe if I feel like it, maybe in a future stream or something. But for now, we're gonna lay this to rest. With always that many people in Frisco. Now what's my hand doing again? Okay, but for now, thank you very much for watching there, everybody, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye-bye.